You're very ungrateful. You know why? You don't value the things you have in your life. There's people that are homeless, that haven't had food in days. There are people that are in war. Their houses are getting blown up. Men are getting drafted to fight into some pointless battle. There are the disabled. There are people that have no parents, that have no family, that have no friends, that are completely by themselves and their children. There are refugees. There are many types of people in this world that are truly suffering. You're ungrateful for the things that you have because you take it for granted. For you, it is supposed to be there. Yeah, I'm supposed to have this every day. Yeah, it's normal for me to have this. But the thing is, once you lose that thing, that's when you realize what its true value is. Because you take it for granted. There are people right now in Gaza that are going back to their homes that are demolished. They can't live in it. There are people in Ukraine. I bet one of their houses got destroyed today. I bet. Got damaged or destroyed in an airstrike. There are homeless people outside that haven't had food in days. They haven't had a meal in days. They haven't had good sleep since the last time they had a home. There are people that are deaf, that are blind, that are mute, that don't have legs, that maybe don't have hands, that are maybe paralyzed. There are people like that. And they would love to swap with you. They would love to be where you are at right now. I mean, look at these clips. Just look at these clips that I've put now. This is true suffering. This is the type of reality that exists in this world. There are people that are hungry. There are the starved people. There's homeless people. There's war-ravaged countries in the world. There's disabled people. And they're going through true suffering. A suffering that is unimaginable to some people. Because you and I, the problems we have in life, they're not really so big problems. They can be done. They can be sorted out in some sort of ways. However, it is no match to the problems, to the issues they face. Because you have a toilet, let's say. You're in your apartment right now, or maybe you're outside, I don't know. But you live in an apartment, right? Now let's say that the toilet in that apartment of yours, the water runs out. You can't wash your hands, you can't flush the toilet, you can't shower. If that happens, you're gonna panic. You're gonna think to yourself, what has happened? How long will this be the case for? How I have to hold it in until they fix the sewage or the water system in your building. You have to wait until they fix it. Where can you go to relieve yourself or to shower? Where can you do this? What will you do now? What will you do? That's the panic that you will have. Once the system is fixed, you're gonna be relieved, aren't you? Okay, finally I can shower. Finally I can relieve myself. There's functioning water in this house. Finally I can do that. That's when you will know what value is of something that you have. The true value of something is found when you lose it. It's funny, we as humans, especially us, people like us, me and you, those who are, let's say, well off, let's say those who have a roof over their head, let's say who work, who are making money, it's safe, let's say, in a country like that. To me, it's funny that problems we will face, people will say that, oh, it's too much to handle, I can't handle it. It's the end of the world. People will say that it's the end of the world with the problems they face.
That is too much to handle, it's crazy, oh my god, their life is hectic.
It's funny to me. And sure, I'm not making fun of people here that have problems. We all have problems to deal with. What I'm saying is that they're small in size compared to the other real problems that people in the world face. Those people don't cherish their things enough. People don't cherish people they have. People don't cherish. People don't. People take everything for granted. I don't know what you take for granted, but I took my family for granted for a very long time. When I was in school, I never ever thought once that I would have I never ever thought even once that I may have to live separately with them. I never thought that. And I didn't really appreciate the time I spent with my family. Because right now, I live abroad. My family is not here. And they're thousands of kilometers away. So I can't spend time with them in person anymore. Now I look back into the moments I had when I was in school, that I had all this time to spend with my family, to enjoy, to appreciate what they're doing for me. I had all that time, but I didn't appreciate it enough. I didn't realize how valuable it was in that time. Now I do, because I no longer have that. Maybe the same thing for you. If you have something, if you are able to spend time with your parents, be grateful for that, cherish that, because that may not be the case forever. There may be some point where you maybe have to live separately just due to life. Be grateful for your family, for your friends, for your colleagues, for your girlfriend maybe, for your work, for the education you have, maybe for your apartment that you're living in, perhaps that vehicle you own. Be grateful for all of these things. Be fucking grateful for all of these things, man. Because the day you lose one of these things or a couple of these things, you're gonna regret that you didn't spend enough time or that you didn't appreciate it fully, that you didn't enjoy it fully. You're gonna regret. And you cannot go back in time. You cannot go back in time. You cannot go back. You have to keep looking forward. The time you just spent, you are never getting back. You are never gonna get back. So you have to make the best of what it is right now. Because imagine you're in a country and all of a sudden there's a war and your government is drafting you to go fight in a ditch and die. You wouldn't want that, right? Because you want to live. You want to have a life ahead of you. You don't want to just die and have your legacy be written off like that, to be wiped off like that, do you? Because God could have easily given you a life where you had true suffering. He could have He could have got you born into a country where there's war going on, and then you could have been homeless. You could have lost both parents. Heck, you could have lost yourself in the bomb that fell down on your house. He could have given you a life without eyesight, without speech, without hearing. Maybe you could have been paralyzed. You could have had some rare illness. He could have made you grow up in a very poor, a very undeveloped society where technology is not even so popular. He could have given you something like that, but he didn't. And you wouldn't want to swap your life for any of those things I've told you, even one of them, right? Because you know you don't want that. And the people that are in those situations would gladly swap with you, bro. They would gladly swap with you. Because your problems that you're facing, they're not problems for them. They have greater problems than that. They have to feed a family, they have to have a house, they have nowhere to live. They have bigger problems than that. And they would gladly swap with you. For them, it's not a big deal that you're going through those issues that you have. I would never want to swap with them. They would love to swap with me. I would never want to. Just like you would never want to swap with them. Starting from this very moment, realize the value of the things you have. Just really think about that. Since the day you gained consciousness, I know since the ages of 0 to 5, we're just basically robots. We don't know what's going on around us. We're just like a slave. But when you hit consciousness, I don't know, for me it was age 5, when I started remembering some stuff. For me that was like that. When you gain consciousness, since that time till now, whatever it is that you have had, that you have had experienced, be grateful for all of those things. Because I'm sure some of the things you used to enjoy before are no longer with you and you kind of miss having them, or the people. Because once you lose something or someone, that's when you realize the value they had, or this thing had. That is when you truly realize that. And there's a way you can actually put this into practice. It's called gratitude journaling. Every day, morning, evening, before you sleep, timing is up to you. I would say on the time when you wake up. You can grab your phone or you can grab a piece of paper. Better to be it on a piece of paper. You can start writing down things that you possess which you're grateful for. For example, I'm grateful that I have this apartment I'm living in. It has a good bed, I'm able to sleep properly. It has a fridge, I'm able to put food in there for it to not expire. I have a cooker. I have lighting here, I have a heater here. It's a good location in the city. I'm grateful for my wife, I'm grateful for my mom, my dad, I'm grateful for my sister, my brother, for my colleagues at work, for my work, for my education. I'm grateful for all the knowledge I've gained. I'm grateful for not being in a situation where I could lose my life. I'm grateful to be in a safe country every day or every other day. You can start doing this. And this will actually help you realize what it is that you have. And you will actually realize their true value. And you will learn to not take anything else for granted anymore. You can actually implement this. It's zero cost. So be grateful. Be grateful for whatever you have. And I'll see you in my next video. Hang on. I have a consulting service. If you have any issues in life any problems you're facing, anything you just want to have a chat with me about, you can sign up in the link below. Select a date or time that's convenient for you, and we can hop on a call and talk about what you have. And this is completely for free. For free. I'm not charging anything here. So you can feel free to sign up on the link below, and we can talk about any issues you have. So see you soon.